Come on. You know what? Fuck this. How's it going, everyone? Nerd Person Shooter here. So this is like a change of plan video. Actually, no, it's not. It's more like, I might as well take a break video, for a couple months. Because I fucking had it. To give you context on why I'm doing this, my game plan for videos this month was to give you guys a couple thoughts videos on games that have come out recently, or expansions or DLCs that have come out recently. You know, the first one was going to be Ghost of Yotei with the Legends DLC, co-op DLC. I understand this game came out last fall, and I typically don't review games that have come out in previous years. You know, I only focus on like talking about new games. But I wanted to make an exception here because I also wanted to include the Legends DLC and give you guys my thoughts on that. I also wanted to give you guys a thoughts on Neo 3. I'm a big fan of the first Neo. The second one, not so much. And the third one, I'll get into it. I'll get into it. And then, of course, while I still had PS Plus, because I ended up wasting $25 on 3 months of PS Plus to play Battlefield 6. And this hasn't gone over well with me either. And I might as well get into all these. So Ghost of Yotei, I like this game, but I didn't like it as much as Ghost of Tsushima. I didn't like the story. I thought it was just a generic revenge story, like, you killed my parents when I was a kid. I'm gonna one by one kill all of you guys, all you outlaws that killed my parents, and, you know, gather clues on where you are, and I'm gonna come find you, and I'm gonna kill you. And that's about it. That is the story to Ghost of Yotei. It's got good characters. It's got good combat. In a lot of ways, it is better than Ghost of Tsushima. It's got better combat, in my opinion. I like the weapons and how they all have different uses for different enemy types. I wasn't really a big fan of the open world in this one. I know I'm kind of in the minority. I actually preferred the open world in Tsushima. This game has, like, treasure maps that you buy, but then you have to fucking place them to find the appropriate location of that collectible. But then when you're struggling to do it, the game ends up giving you the location to place it down anyway. So it's just like, what the fuck is the point? When I buy a treasure map, just have it automatically show up on the fucking map. So yeah, that pissed me off. But ultimately, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I played this for, like, you know, well over 40 to 50 hours. I even did a little speed run on New Game Plus to get those extra 2 trophies. I got the Platinum Trophy in this. I overall enjoyed it, just not as much as Ghost of Tsushima. This game got kind of review bombed because the anti-woke mob deemed it woke, even though, coming from someone who played this for well over 50 hours, or at least well over 40 hours, did every fucking side mission, did every interaction, got the Platinum Trophy, did absolutely everything in this game, I can say with all confidence that there is nothing fucking woke about this game. There's nothing woke about it. Okay, just because the main character is voiced by a non-binary person, Erika Ishii, which, by the way, she did a really good job. She deserved the nomination at the Game Awards. or I'm sorry, they did a good job. Sorry, see, even I do it. Okay, like and when I see someone who looks like a woman, and she does still look like a woman to me, I'm gonna call her she, even though it's non-binary. But yeah, anyway, guys, this game ain't woke. Okay, Atsu, I understand she's not the most attractive individual. She's not as pretty as the girl from Stellar Blade or anything, but I don't think a character that has battle scars all over her body, in childhood abuse, would it be appropriate to look sexy for all you fucking perverts and incels? So I'm not bothered by her appearance at all. If I want to fap, I'll just fucking watch porn. Like like a regular fucking individual. Like, Ghost of Yotei, there's nothing woke about this. But at the same time, I will admit, not as good as Ghost of Tsushima, in my opinion. Maybe there are a few out there who disagree, and that's okay. Gameplay wise, I suppose it is a little bit better. And graphical wise, I suppose it's a little more impressive too. I will say that if you ever make a third one, Sucker Punch, could you please get rid of the fucking wind? You know how when you set a marker down and it shows you the direction of where that marker is, like a huge gust of wind. Like I'd rather just have like a fucking compass, like every other game does. You don't have to be that unique, to the point where it's kind of annoying. But anyway, yeah, that's Ghost of Yotei. Oh, and I tried playing Legends, as you could see at the beginning of this video, and I played a few matches of it. I was lucky enough to play a few matches of it, because I don't know if it's either my bad internet connection or people have already stopped playing it, because having to wait like half a fucking hour to get into a match, in a level that's only like 10 minutes long, it makes no sense to me. And at this point, I've just kind of given up on Legends DLC. I think it's dead on arrival. Well, not dead on arrival. It's been out for about a month or so. And the raid mode just came out, which maybe more and more people are playing the raid modes. The problem for me is that I have just started playing this, and raid mode is not accessible to me right now. I have to do the other content. But I can't do the other content because there's no fucking no people playing it. There's no new people playing it. Like the wait time is absurd. So yeah, I guess I'm already done with Ghost of Yotei. I guess I'll trade this in at GameStop. I'd get like 20 something bucks out of it in trade value or whatever. So that's disappointing, because I was actually enjoying the Legends mode like I did with Ghost of Tsushima. But unfortunately, no one's playing it. I could play solo, but let's face it, it's not as fun as solo. It's not as balanced as trying to play that shit solo. It is designed for co-op. That's the whole point. Otherwise, it would have been in the main game. I'm not going to play solo if it's not really meant to be played solo. And I'm trying to get the most out of my PS Plus subscription too. Like, I really am. Now, Neo 3 is a case of a game that is simultaneously way too easy for a Souls-like anyway, and then suddenly gets way too hard. Neo 3 makes a lot of bold changes to the Neo series. This is the first in the series to introduce the ninja style, the ninja playstyle, which I fucking love. I love the ninja. Like, I don't even like play samurai at all. Maybe I should, for those really hard segments, because samurai does do way more damage than ninja. So maybe I should go back to this at some point and, experiment more. But it also includes a more open-ended level design. It's not like stage focused anymore, although there are still like battle scrolls that you can enter that are kind of like, smaller levels similar to Neo 1 and 2. But the vast majority of it is like kind of like an open-ended, almost interconnected region. I mean, the regions are separate by eras. Somehow you can go back in time and go forward in time. And I like it. I like the open-ended regions. It's not too open to the point where like it's like really boring and there's like fields of nothing. Like it's like a really it's a really dense open-ended area. In a lot of ways, I actually wish Elden Ring was more like Neo 3 in terms of world design because as much as I loved Elden Ring, there are parts of Elden Ring where it was just like fields of emptiness, with enemies scattered. You'll find like, oh, there's a mini boss. There's another one of those horsemen bosses that appear at night. It's like, ooh, look at that off in the distance. You know, I kind of wish Elden Ring was more like Neo 3 in terms of world design, where it was more dense. It's smaller, but it's more dense, and it doesn't give you any feeling of wasted space, and I really enjoy that. Now, Neo 3 has a lot of emphasis on co-op. There's a new expedition mode. Basically, it's like public co-op where people can drop in and out of your game, and you can join other people's public games, which is cool. Problem is, I can't get anyone. I can summon players in like missions, like when it's like really close to a boss fight, when I need help for a boss, which is almost all the time because for some reason, and here's where the too hard gets put into play. I don't know what is with the bosses in Neo 3. The rest of the game is fucking piss easy. When you encounter a boss, you get killed in like 2 hits, regardless of what protection you have from that attack or what your armor stats are or and everything I do feels inconsequential to the damage I receive from bosses. And all the weapons that I try to use against the bosses give off chip damage. Like it takes like fucking 1,000 to 10,000 hits to kill a boss. And it's funny when I decide to say fuck it and start summoning for co-op because thank God I got fucking PS Plus for that at least. I get someone who is I can only imagine like level 1 million because they end up killing the boss for me in like fucking 5 seconds flat. And then the bosses become too easy. And then ultimately, I do not enjoy playing Neo 3 anymore because the balance and difficulty is all over the fucking place. Neo 1 was really challenging, but it felt really balanced. And so did Neo 2 for the most part. I couldn't really finish Neo 2 because I kind of got bored with it. I found it too similar to Neo 1, with the exception of like the burst counter, which I hated. I do like the burst counter a lot more in this one because it's more of a snap. Because you basically switch the play styles every time you do a burst counter, so it's much more like well timed as opposed to the burst counters in Neo 2, in my opinion. Um, but the more I play Neo 3, the less I enjoy it, and it's a shame. I don't enjoy Neo 3 anymore. I've played through most of it. I reached like level 101 and I still get creamed by like level 70 bosses. I don't understand what the fuck I'm doing wrong. I don't fucking understand it. And quite frankly, I don't care anymore. So I'm not getting rid of this game. Not yet. I'm gonna stay with it for a little while longer. But if I start to really hate this game, I'm trading it in. You know, I don't like Neo 3 either. Nah, fuck that game too. And lastly, Battlefield 6. I fucking hate Battlefield 6. There, I said it. It's mostly due to the netcode. It is like unplayable. I do respect it more than 2042 at least, but I actually found 2042 to be more playable. And it's fucking weird to think that way because I know deep down that Battlefield 6 is a better game than Battlefield 2042 because Battlefield 6 at least has a campaign, and I played that campaign. I actually got every trophy in that campaign. I actually kind of liked the campaign of Battlefield 6, even though the story was awful. Oh, which, by the way, going back to Neo 3, the story in Neo 3 is fucking awful, as is the stories in all the other Neo games. Team Ninja, that they obviously don't care about writing their fucking games. They focus more on gameplay, which I respect, but you might as well just not attempt to write a story. Like, when Neo 4 comes out, there better not be a story at all. Just gameplay. Just no cutscenes, just kick ass. Okay? That's what Neo 4 should be, because I'm getting sick of these fucking nonsense stories in Neo games that don't make any fucking sense. They're written like fucking Dynasty Warrior stories. Anyway, but back to Battlefield 6. I apologize. This is a fucking rant because I promise you this video is going to reach an explanation on why I'm choosing to take a break. I'll get to it in a couple minutes. But Battlefield 6 is unplayable for me. The lag is stupid. I can't get anywhere in the multiplayer. The multiplayer is busted. It's unplayable. For me anyway. And I understand it's more manageable with Ethernet, but I don't know what the fuck happened to my Ethernet, but I cannot connect any of my consoles via an Ethernet cable. Not my PS3, not my PS5, not even my 360. And I don't know what happened in my house. I don't know if a fucking mouse chewed something, but my Ethernet does not fucking work anymore. My Ethernet is dead. Like, my Ethernet cable is okay. Something happened in my house. I'm gonna have to like replace the cord that like goes in the walls that like connect, like through like my fucking phone lines and my fucking router. But yeah, man, I'm playing Wi-Fi out this bitch, and Battlefield 6 is a fucking travesty. And you know what? Even when it is briefly playable to me, I don't like the fucking maps. I think the maps are fucking bad in Battlefield. I think the maps are like just as bad as they are in Battlefield 2042. So yeah, Battlefield 6 is another no-go. I wasn't going to make a thoughts video on Battlefield 6 because it came out last fall, but I figured, I got this for $25 at a local game store. I'm like, that's a really good deal for a game that like still retails at like fucking $60 or $70 everywhere else. Getting it used for 25 at a local game store, the campaign alone was worth that, in my opinion. So I got my money's worth through the campaign. Thank fuck. Thank fuck this game at least has a fucking campaign. Otherwise, I would have blown 25 fucking bucks in this fucking garbage multiplayer trash heap. I fucking hate multiplayer games now, okay? I hate modern multiplayer games. Because for one, people are way too fucking sweaty. And I know why. It's because people take multiplayer games way too fucking seriously now. It is practically a job for a lot of these fucking kids who like live stream this shit and get paid for it, like those esport champions who like make it their fucking lives work to be absolute senseis at this shit. I don't have that fucking luxury, people. I'm mostly a single player guy who prefers the occasional casual multiplayer experience that unfortunately does not exist in this world anymore. Casual multiplayer is dead. It is a thing of the past. Another reason why I don't like modern multiplayer games anymore is because they no longer feature offline alternatives. Let me give you an example of what I mean. Recently, I went back to this game, Unreal Tournament 3 on the Xbox 360. And it features an instant action with different difficulties on the bots, and you can have like up to like 18 bots. You got all your game modes. You got free for all deathmatch. You got team deathmatch. You got capture the flag. You have, there's just so much fucking content. There is so much content in this game that came out nearly 20 years ago that, in my opinion, has more content than Battlefield fucking 6, that has very limited bot modes. Like Battlefield 6 has like breakthrough, like casual breakthrough that gets populated with bots, but it's not all bots. So you still gotta play online with it. It's still an online only thing that also gets populated with people, and my internet is still fucked. It's still too fucked to do that, and I can't get anywhere in that mode either. I wish modern multiplayer games still implemented a fucking failsafe so that, in case online does die, which it always does, because everyone moves on to a new game and they ditch that older game. With a few exceptions like Fortnite. Like Fortnite's never gonna die. Roblox is never gonna die. But like the vast majority of online games do die out. And you need to implement offline features and ditch the whole live service bullshit. Live service games have ruined multiplayer gaming for me. And Battlefield 6, believe it or not, is a live service game. Okay, so if this game ever gets shut down, you won't even be able to play the offline campaign. Or well, it's not offline, but it should be offline because it's a fucking campaign. It's one player. Why should it be online only? Why should that be a live service? I don't fucking get it, people. I don't fucking get it. Come on, Darian. Keep your composure. Don't break your phone. Come on. Come on. But anyway, yeah, Unreal Tournament 3, I still have fun with this game. Okay? It's a really great first-person shooter that has aged pretty well. Okay? And of course, no one's playing this. You're not going to even bother trying to go online, but it has custom local multiplayer. You can play split screen with like fucking three other players on the 360. You can play it, instant action with bots. It has content. It has an arena campaign. It has content sufficient to last forever. Not live service. You can still play everything in Unreal Tournament 3, even if the online is dead. So all these games that I have just talked about, where it's just like unenjoyment after unenjoyment after unenjoyment, it made me realize something. I don't enjoy new games anymore. There are, of course, some exceptions. Like the one exception this year so far has been Resident Evil Requiem, which, by the way, that has already won my Game of the Year. I'm telling you this right now, because I highly doubt that I'm going to enjoy any other game that comes out this year. I'm looking forward to a couple, but I'm also expecting them to be a mess. Like Forza Horizon 6. I'm looking forward to it, because we finally get a Forza game that takes place in Japan. You get to race around Japan. But like Forza Horizon 5, I am also expecting it to be a broken, buggy mess. Because of Game Pass. And how game developers, when their games go on Game Pass, it's like, people don't have to pay for it, so there's less incentive to developers to actually fix their fucking game. It's like, yeah, well, you got this for free with your subscription. Who cares if it's a broken pile of shit? We'll fix it later. Doesn't matter. I'm expecting the same thing with GTA 6. The online portion anyway, which I wasn't planning on playing because I loathe GTA Online with a passion. It's my least favorite online experience of all time. But still, it won't win my Game of the Year because I know the online is going to be ass, objectively speaking. If it even does launch alongside the single player, and that's assuming that GTA 6 doesn't get delayed yet again into 2027 or beyond. Resident Evil Requiem, by default, my 2026 Game of the Year. There's my nerd person shooter 2026 Game of the Year awards. Resident Evil Requiem just won Game of the Year. It won Best Action Adventure. It won Best Sound Design. And congratulations to the girl who voices Grace. You just won the Nerd Person Shooter Award for Best Performance. Congratulations, honey. What do you mean? I mean, you just won, you stuttering girl. Oh, I don't like new games anymore, people. I go back to games on the 360, like Unreal Tournament 3 and, Fallout 3 and Mass Effect, and I just have a better time. Because the bullshit just isn't there. The modern bullshit just isn't there. Man, like 90s games and 2000s games back in the day when developers still gave a shit and their games didn't come out unbalanced or buggy or live service. And for those of you guys who are fans of my channel, you will know that the vast majority of my content is reviews or let's plays for new games. And honestly, I'm just not feeling it anymore. I don't feel like reviewing games anymore. I don't feel like doing let's plays of new games anymore. And so I'm going to take a brief break on this YouTube channel, and I'm going to reassess what I really want to make for videos in the near and far future. So yeah, guys, I am taking a break. You're probably not going to see any videos at all in May. My next video probably won't be until Summer Game Fest. I'll watch that after work, and I'll give you a thoughts video on that, I guess. I don't even know. I don't know if I'm going to have anything for you in the summertime. Like, I don't know, guys. But these past few weeks have just fucking killed me mentally trying to get into these games and trying to enjoy these fucking games and not having any long-term enjoyment. Like, having no deep, fulfilled enjoyment in these games has depressed the fuck out of me. And I just need to take a break. And shit, I don't know what to do with the rest of my fucking PS Plus subscription, man. I blew 25 bucks. I should have only got 1 month for 10 bucks because last month, they had one of the games that was included with Essential was like the complete edition of Elder Scrolls Online, which I absolutely wanted. I wanted every DLC for Elder Scrolls Online because I was missing a few because I didn't want to fucking pay 30 bucks a pop or whatever. Something fucking ridiculous because the DLC prices on that game are fucking atrocious. So the fact that they were giving us every previous chapter in the Elder Scrolls Online for free with a subscription, I had to sign up right before that expired and be like, yeah, man, I need that in my library for when I do have time to finally play that again. And so I should have just gotten a fucking $10 1 month because I feel like I'm already done with PS Plus. I suppose I could re-download some older games that I got on PS Plus, like Until Dawn, and maybe a few others, and get my money's worth that way. But as far as like online gaming goes, I've just completely... I have no interest anymore in playing online games. I really don't. It's partly because of my fucking my Wi-Fi connection, man. I live in the middle of fucking nowhere, dude. I live in a town called Bumfuck, New Hampshire. I'm not joking. There's a real town in New Hampshire called Bumfuck, New Hampshire. Population 1. Me. Me. I am the mayor of Bumfuck, New Hampshire by default. I am the head honcho. Okay, I am the bachelor of Bumfuck, New Hampshire. Okay? So, I have practically no solid internet connection. So right off the bat, I try to stay away from online. So I just thought that I would have a better experience or better luck. So I overdid it with 3 months. I have no idea. Maybe I'll play Elder Scrolls Online because that doesn't really require the bulk of that doesn't really require like online teamwork. It's actually more of like an online RPG than it is an MMO. It's kind of like a fake MMO. It's like a I don't know, it's like a hybrid. But it's really not an MMO the same way that like Final Fantasy 14 is. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna take a break from videos and just think of something. Think of other videos to make in the meantime. But I need to take a break. This is the longest take a break video you'll ever find on YouTube. I just had to go into detail about why I came to this conclusion, and it was a long explanation. I struggle to enjoy new games anymore. And so I gotta take a step back and reassess what I want to do for future videos for you guys, because like I'm already like canceling other videos that I was planning on making. But anyway, yeah, I hope you guys have a good rest of the spring if I don't see you. Happy spring break, motherfuckers. I am still planning on making a Summer Game Fest reaction video, probably like mid-June. It's not like a reaction, but it's like an impressions video of games that stand out or will stand out for me. That'll be my next video. I was also planning on making a review for Malcolm in the Middle, Life's Still Unfair, because I was a huge fan of the original Malcolm in the Middle series. And I understand that Hulu has like free trials. I was gonna do that, but I also don't want to have two subscriptions going on at once. You know, and having to find time for both of them. I just I can't take the pressure right now. I have almost a full-time job. I can't fucking indulge in more than I can take. I can't. I also heard kind of mixed things about Malcolm in the Middle, Life's Still Unfair. I'm not, I don't know why. So I can hold off on it for now and watch it another time. Anyway, guys, yeah, sorry, but I gotta take a break. I'm also sorry for how long this video is. Anyway, guys, yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you understand. So, see you later at some point.
Subscribe, motherfucker.